What's going on, Trevady here, and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we're going to be doing a Minecraft tutorial on a medieval farmhouse. Now, this farmhouse is fairly easy to build. Here's the item list of all the blocks that you will need to build this particular build. And this build, like I said, is somewhat easy to build, and you can build it in different variations. I have chosen to build it with dark oak and spruce as the roof. So this is my first medieval Minecraft tutorial. This is something I've wanted to do for a while, but never really got around to doing it. If you do find that the video is a little bit too fast, you can always pause it or slow it down using the speed controls in the actual video player itself to watch the building that way, or you could rewind it, whatever. But let's get started with the medieval farmhouse building. Alright, so we're going to start with some vertical logs like so, with 3 sideways logs across like this, so we get a shape here. And we're going to put 1 sideways log facing towards you. Again, we're going to do that on this side, however, it is going to be 5 across, so 5 sideways logs, and again with the sideways logs facing you like so. And we're going to do the same thing over here with the 3 sideways logs, so 4 up, and then another 4 up here, with 3 more sideways logs, again with the center log facing towards you. And on this particular wing, we're going to do it on all sides, so we're going to have a particular, we're going to have like a square area here that's about 3 by 3, again with the center logs facing towards you. That the reason I do that is it gives it a little bit more detail in the build. It's not so plain looking, and you don't want something too detailed. There are a lot of builds out there which do a lot of detail, and you don't necessarily want something with too much detail, but then you don't want something with not enough. So for the back wall here, you want to go 5 blocks across, again with 2 pieces of log facing towards you like so. So this is the basic shape that you should have here, and right now we're going to add some logs on the end again to give it a little bit more detail, because this looks a lot better than just a flat plain old wall. So there is that. And next we are going to work on the roof for the second floor. Now this wing is going to have a less steep of a roof on the side versus the main roof here. Now with the top piece on the arch, what I like to do is I like to personally have the log sideways. You could have it vertical as seen here, but I prefer the sideways looks. I feel like it makes it a little bit more complete. Again, we're going to put logs on the part where we made the logs face towards you on the frame, but we're going to put logs down below. So this is going to be space for the windows. And the same thing can be done for the 5 block across area too. Now with this, you could always go 2 blocks down, or 1 block up from the bottom, or 2 blocks from the bottom and 2 blocks or 1 block down. It's up to you. It's really up to you in terms of choice. Now let's go ahead and work on the main roof line here. So we're gonna 2-step this thing up with 2 high logs like so, and then continue up with this archway sort of thing right here, so it looks like that. And again with 2 center logs facing upward vertically like so, and we're going to duplicate that design on this side just like the other side. So this gives us our frame for the farmhouse. Now, if you're building this in survival, I recommend using dirt instead of having to use multiple logs and trying to chop them out every single time. The dirt is a lot easier. So right now we're going to do, we're going to connect all the roof lines together, like so here. And again, we're going to connect this small roof to the main roof, like so. So there's our basic frame for the house. This was fairly simple. what I like to do in these particular builds is build the frame first, and then build the walls, and then the roof, and then do the interior last. So now we're going to fill in the bottom area with cobblestone. Cobblestone is my first choice. You don't have to use cobblestone. You could use smooth stone, you could use andesite, stone bricks. I personally like the way the cobblestone looks. It feels more medieval than, say, stone bricks, but that's really up to you in terms of choice. So just make sure you fill in the bottom area like so. Just leave spots for the windows. The windows will be between the wood areas. So there's the bottom level. You can use diorite or you could use wool, and diorite's an easy quick fix if you do not have access to a sheep farm right off the bat. But for the purpose of this build, we will be using wool. And make sure you fill it in just like this. So we're going to put wool in all the little spaces that needs to be filled in. Alright, so that is it for our walls. That was pretty simple. Next we are going to add the glass for the windows. Like I said, the windows are where you left the openings up. Where you built the walls here. So we have new windows. The windows are a bit on the small side. Again, it's to keep with the whole medieval style. I feel like you're not going to have huge windows because back then there wasn't much light. Because of that, because they always used smaller windows. And now we're going to work on the roof. Now the roof, you can use different material. I particularly like using the spruce wood on this. You could use the dark oak or any particular oak or any wood type if you want on the roof. You could even go acacia, but that would look kind of strange with the orange wood. I personally like the spruce wood, so we are going to go with that. We're going to put full-size blocks here on the edge of the main roof like so, because it is too high. We're going to continue the roof just like so. Alright, so here's our roof. Now the roof looks a little bit plain because again we have not added the detail. If you want to add a little bit of extra detail, you could replace the outside area of the roof with stone. I know I've seen some builds that look like this. This sometimes looks okay. I personally don't like the look. You could also do it with colored stairs. So if you want to do like a darker stair with it, you could possibly do it that way as well. But I'm just going to stick with the spruce overhang right here. I just like it all one color. That's just my personal preference. You can change it any way you would like as well. And again, you could also leave it open like this. If you leave it open like this, you have this kind of look where it's looks unfinished. Or you could fill it in. I've been filling in lately. I used to build without doing the whole under stair thing here, but I prefer with the stairs underneath. I think it gives it more of a complete looking build and honestly adds to the character of the build itself. Right here we're adding a little bit of a decoration, so you're going to want to place down a stair and then an upside down stair and then a wood slab on top, so we get this sort of little overhang kind of thing here. And we're going to do that for all sides of the build over here. So again, we're going to do the whole overhang thing on all sides here. The roof is pretty straightforward here. Again, if you need to slow it down, you can, but I don't think you're going to need to do that. And we're just going to finish off the roof right here. Like so. So again, here's the overhang bit. We're going to put an upside down stair there. We're going to put a normal stair. So it looks like this. And then another upside down stair. And then a slab on top to give it that overhang decoration that they always had at the top of their buildings. I'm not sure what that is really called, but it's something that I've always had. Again, we're going to do it on the other side just so it will match all sides. So this is what our roof looks like right now. Next, we are going to be adding the slabs on the top. And there we go. There's the completed roof, minus the fact that I put up the overhangs on the inside there. So now we're going to take buttons, and we're going to take the buttons and put them on the exposed ends of the logs that are sticking out and the logs that were facing towards you when we first started the frame. I prefer the buttons look. You don't have to use buttons. You could also use wood buttons. I always think of the buttons kind of like large spikes holding the house together. It kind of gives it that little bit of feel for detail. Again, it's really up to you on how you want to build this. And what we're going to do here is do kind of like a little bit extra detail here. We have sort of a plain looking wall, and it looks a little bit too plain. So we're going to do kind of a thing here where we have a little bit of a jut out on the side here, so it looks like this. And again, we can just extend the building right here. That looks a little bit strange. Okay, let's put the cobblestone there. So yeah, we have now a little bit of a jut out, and it just makes this side look a little bit more interesting than the than just a plain wall. And again, we're going to do the same sort of overhang kind of thing right here, but it's not going to be as far out, so we're just going to put the one upside down stair just like that without this slab. Now we're just going to add a little bit of detail on the outside here. We're adding cobblestone and cobblestone stairs. The reason for this is it kind of gives it the feel that it is being held up by like supports, but on the outside of the exterior part of the house here. Feels like the wall is going to cave in and fall down, and it just gives that little bit of extra detail that you might want in your particular build here. So it doesn't look so plain in the bottom. So the next little bit here is I'm going to take some fences with the cobblestone all bits here. We're going to just put random fences around again just to add to a little bit of detail around the house. And it just adds just that little bit of extra detail that this place is missing. The same thing we're going to do is add some cobblestone stairs as well. Again, this is totally up to your preference. If you guys don't want to add the cobblestone walls and the fences onto the house, you don't have to. But I prefer it because it just gives it that little bit of extra detail that you're going to see. So there's our completed house here. And one thing I'd like to point out is with the door at the front, if you want to change the door, you could possibly take this log out and put an upside down stair here. I think it looks a lot better with it. Now we're going to add just a little bit more eye detail here just to make the house look a little bit more detailed, but not too detailed. We don't want to overdo it. This just gives it a little bit of a roof line halfway down. We're going to do the same thing on the front of the house here. just something like this. But there we go. That is our completed house. I'm going to be showing you guys what the inside looks like here. Again, the inside's totally up to you. You could really do anything with this design here. I've chosen to wrap around the stairs in the corner here with a wooden log all the way up. And we have a spot for a chest. So if we head on upstairs here, we have a fairly decent sized room in here, enough for a little bed, a little storage room, and that's it. But really the inside has endless possibilities of what you want to use it for. But that's going to be it for this tutorial. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, hit the like button down below, and be sure to subscribe to this channel. I know it's a fairly new channel, but I will be definitely doing more medieval builds on here. But yeah, that's going to be it. Thanks guys for watching, and bye.